One's a former NFL star turned esports coach.
But I was getting the stink eye from my wife. She's like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing."
And one's a dad who can't stop playing Rocket League.
These kids these days, they're like, blah, 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 blah. We're used to jump and run.
Together, they welcome you to Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge.
Welcome to Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge. I'm your host, Ahman Green, Bay Packer, all-time leading rusher. You like how I did that? Bringing to you my joy of the week here. So this is your ultimate destination for all things gaming, hosted by myself. And so this show is your weekly getaway to the latest news, hottest game release updates, in-depth discussion about what's on stream. We're doing Andor Season 2, Episode 3, talking about that and some of the quick hitting news bites that we'll be hitting on as well. So whether you're a casual gamer or a hardcore esports fan, my Gamers Lounge has something for everyone. So grab your controller, settle in, and join us as we dive into a dynamic world of gaming there. And so, checking in with y'all, man. I have been, as the word to say, busy. What's up, chat? What's up, Akido? What's up, Bane? OG John? Everybody is in the usual suspects, excuse me, are in the house today. How all of you guys doing? How is your hump day going? I hope your hump day is going well. We got a fun show for you. A lot of good stuff, a lot of good topics, a lot of good everything. If you're a gamer, like I said in the intro, this is the spot for you. But for me, man, I've been running around like that. One of those, if you play on Sims and you got so many tasks to do and you get caught up with forgetting to do things and your trash starts to stink and your dog has to go out for a walk and all that stuff. That's how busy I am. I'm catching up on things, but it's all good because it's all good stuff that I'm doing. I'm playing, I'm gaming, able to be part of the industry, which was one of my dreams as a kid. One dream was to play football, and I did that. Another dream now is to be in the video game industry or in the esports world. I'm there. So I'm living out my dream right now. Figured out, but worth an ass. What's that? Oh, that's Bane and Akido. Y'all talking back and forth. Yeah, give a virtual high five. High five. Boom. All right. So I was at the HyperX Arena this past weekend. If some of y'all might have caught a couple of the shows that were live, a few of them were recorded. I believe the Call of Duty was recorded, Akido. And then who wants a birthday jersey? He says, I don't know, Mike. Somebody wants a jersey for their birthday. Okay. So we played Fortnite on Friday night. That was frag. So, and if anybody wants to join me on that, I mentioned that to the cast or to the crew that I got, followers. I got good friends that are in the chat that play Fortnite and Marvel Rivals, and they may want to join us. So they have opened up that door. I say I knocked on that door and they opened it up for us too. So if I have Friday night frags with the HyperX Arena, Akido, Bane, OG John, Eeyore, Not the Real Loner, anybody that's a usual suspect or that is a fan of my show, of this show and my streaming channel as well, you're open to jump in with us. Just got to let me know so I can let them know to get things ready for the stream. And so that was a live stream, Fortnite. And I say when money is on the line, it's a whole different ball game, because I warmed up during the week and some regular drops in Fortnite, and I came away. I did pretty good in practice sessions. I averaged anywhere from 5 to 10 eliminations. And then when I go live on this frag, this was my second frag run. And I didn't have no eliminations. The highest I finished was 20th, and that was just by hiding and looting, and the bubble still was a decent size. So it's just interesting when money becomes part of the equation, the gameplay goes up. So I've been playing with, I saw a couple of the kids, they're in their teens, and they are dogs. They make things look real hard. They make things real hard for me when I land on the island. So how I do things. Akido, it's a learning experience. I love it. It's making me better. It's gonna make me jump on Fortnite even more to start building, learning how to build. because I don't know how to build. So I'm gonna just start from scratch and have to deal with it when I'm losing, you know. So that was that on Friday. Then Mario Kart was on Saturday, and I was able to compete, which I finished in the semifinals. First time at it, not bad. And I was able to cast it as well with my man Logan Summit and Pidgey, who's the casters on the HyperX Arena. So shout out to them. And so we give a lot of. You could go over to YouTube, to Instagram, TikTok, all the platforms, and follow HyperX Arena. If you could go do that, that'd be great. Marvel Rivals was on Sunday, and we played Madden. And Madden was more like a test run. It was recorded, but it was, you know, trying to grow out the genre of sport games against athletes. So football, you know, Madden versus me, or Madden versus an NBA player, or once a baseball game, or MLB The Show versus a baseball player, and tennis versus a tennis player, and so on and so forth. So right now they'll just have, what's up, Fortnite Dad? How you doing? So right now it'll just be me playing Ahman and other sports. So since they'll learn they'll learn you real good. Do zero builds suck. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I hear you, Akido. So now I'm happy to be back home. But yesterday we did a recorded session, or 2 days ago. Today's Wednesday. So Monday, when I got home, we did a recorded session with my good man, new teammate Tyrone Crawford. And that was, when they dropped that, I think that drops Friday. It was we did Call of Duty. They call it CQC, Close Quarters Combat. Myself and Tyrone Crawford was my opponent, and we went back and forth on that. And it went down to the last wire. I ended up just edging him out, but it could have went either way. We played Control 1v1. So that was interesting, because obviously your Control, you have to sit in the location, gain points, and then move on to the next one. But when you're only one-on-one and you don't have somebody watching your back, so that's the part I got to get used to. Tyrone, he's very good at it because he plays a lot of Warzone. So him and knowing an environment that's kind of widespread as the Fortnite or the Call of Duty map is, you know, Verdance, you don't know who's coming from where, so you got to always be on like radar. And so my radar has to get to that. And so, but I was in there coming away with the victories, able to snap around, get a couple shots to finish, because he was doing crazy little tricks. He would throw a grenade on one side of the map and then come back, and he's executing me like twice in the game. So I was like, oh my God, this dude, he's letting me have it right now. So it was a fun, friendly competition, but we are re-upping. He said, definitely we got to run it back on next Monday. So next Monday, if it will be me and Ty, and then maybe Demontre, who also played with Ty as a Cowboy, and I think he was also with the Vikings or whatever. So we're getting these athletes to come out, which I'm super excited about. So that was my last week since the last show. So a lot of stuff. No flight delays, thank God. I was able to get on my flight and get off in due time, and what it said on the ticket, it landed at all the time. So that wasn't a problem this weekend. I got another trip out this weekend, so hopefully there's no delays there. But before we get on with the rest of the show, or with this great show we have today, we'll get shout out to one of our sponsors here on the Gamers Lounge. I'm going to say hello to Sly. So appreciate you, Sly. Drink. Here's the commercial. Peace out. Whether you're deep in the digital world or out exploring the great outdoors, Sly Drink keeps the good times rolling. So power up your play with Sly Boost for energy, Sly Chill to relax, and Sly Dream to recover. No matter where your adventures take you, explore with Sly. Refresh, recharge, and repeat. All right. So thank you to Sly, our sponsor for probably the longest running sponsor. That's why it's the first one that I announced here on the show here. The one that's been with us the longest. So when are you selling the shirt you're wearing? Where's the merch store? Yes, we will be selling this very soon. My wife got this made up a couple weeks ago. And so I will be selling it here very soon. I'll be making an announcement once she gets everything down. She's still working on the process of how to push them out, make a lot of quantity of the t-shirt. So yes, we'll have this one in black, white, and then also the Ahman Green Foundation Packer color one, and then a Husker color one for all the fans out there. So yes, very cool, Akido. I like how you spell cool. But first story of the night of the day here, a quick hit news bite. So we got Rematch, the game Rematch that came out last night. Excuse me. It came out last night, is hitting everybody very in different ways. So Rematch is a game for people who love soccer and for those who don't. And I've seen a gameplay so far. So before we jump in the article, I saw the gameplay from the first commercial to actual gameplay, watching over somebody's shoulder at the HyperX Arena. Shout out to my man Ryan and IT. It looks like a fun game, easy to play to me, because it looks like the ball movement, between dribbling with your feet and then passing and also banking the ball. You could, just like Rocket League, you could bank the ball off a wall. I like that. So for me, from the first look of it, I feel very comfortable playing this game when I get a chance. I'm home now, so I'm going to download it. I'm going to probably play it on PC because that was the best, I say, format or platform with Ryan. Ryan is an IT guy, so he knows his stuff. So he said that PC would probably be the best version to get all the benefits of playing on the PC, the speed of the ball, the speed of the game, no lag and things of that nature. So I like, so for seeing that the first and hearing that as feedback was something I very love to hear. So this game, So Clap's new online third-person PvP soccer game Rematch is one of the best games that's been played so far this year. For the person article, writing an article, it's their favorite all time right now. And I wasn't expecting this at all because obviously you've played soccer games, right? There's FC now, that was FIFA for a long time, and then you obviously different game of Rocket League. You played that, so I'm a soccer fan. So I find that this game is very, I say, equipped in adopting another way to play it virtually. I love it. So going against EA FC, going against Rocket League, it definitely has both feels because the ball is kind of sticking to you in a way, where Rocket League, that's the professional side of it, where it is something where you got to work on it, to dribble that ball in Rocket League. So it's a little different in Rematch. So it helps you dribble the ball a little bit better. So that's because Rematch, with it being out now and any other soccer game, that have been played, those are the differences I focused in so far. Is the dribbling obviously sticks to you a little bit easier than the Rocket League, but that's what a great Rocket League player can dribble that ball up and down, left, right. It doesn't matter, bouncing off the wall and all that. But for the feedback of the game, it just what I've seen and played with was I say once I get to play it, I can't wait. It's going to be a fun game. So for most soccer games are played at a high up perspective, and that means from the top down, looking out, and that's to control the entire team all at once. So really, you just got to worry about your player, which is good. You don't have to control the whole team at once. You could bounce from player to player. You could play for teams, so you could have Akido, Bane. You could jump in along with ER. We could all play a 5v5 or whatever the amount of the team totals can be. So and so with that, so Rematch is out on Xbox. I say it's on all platforms. So in Rematch, you control one player throughout the whole match. The camera is located directly behind you, and every other player on the pitch is controlled by another player. So like I mentioned, we all could team up and have our own soccer team and be playing online against each other. So it's, like I said, it's on all platforms for PlayStation, Xbox, maybe Switch, but definitely PC. So those changes alone with enough to make Rematch to stand out from FIFA and similar soccer games. So, but that anyone is not why I keep playing it. So it has a colorized, obviously you see the colors, the design, it looks really cool. So it has different little, tidbits about it that makes it obviously way different than looking at a FIFA. So distinctly, okay, I'm definitely playing Rematch just on the first look at it. So check it out. You can head over to Kotaku to read the rest of the article that brings in Rematch and introducing the game. It's like I said, if you like anything close to soccer, you definitely like this game. And these are the creators as Akido mentioned, Sifu. So that was a game I loved. I love playing Sifu. So they then now already brought another game, and obviously I say a little bit of copycat, but hey, copy and paste doesn't mean, it's not always bad. Hey, copy and paste and boom, we got a good soccer game going on from here from Soul Clap. So good job to them. All right, let me get on to the next storyline here of this. Of a quick hit news, but y'all gonna like this one here. I know I liked it. I know y'all gonna like it here. Let me share this. Here we go. Here it is, right there. So we got Star Wars Battlefront 2 had over, let me get this number right, 2,200% more Steam players this week. And then we're going to read the article on why, and we'll see why it has a picture of Kyrie Irving there. So Star Wars Battlefront had over 2,200% more Steam players this weekend than it did last June, and it's thanks to the part of Kyrie Irving and his level 101 Emperor Palpatine. Unlimited power. All right, what's up, Slime MC Grady? How you doing? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream podcast. And speaking of the podcast, this is Ahman Green's Gaming Lounge. We are streaming out on LinkedIn right now, YouTube, Twitch, X, and also Instagram. So actually, let me go to, where's the Instagram? I got to start the go live part of it. Boom. On Instagram. So if you are at any of those, please follow, subscribe, retweet, repost, please. And if you need to go to LinkedIn, go to LinkedIn, follow me. So some business stuff. YouTube, subscribe, please. Twitch, subscribe and follow. And X, follow. Instagram, follow. Please do all that right now at all the platforms that we are streaming off of. So we got, this is deep in the woods gaming right here, because Battlefront 2 has been out. It's been a minute since it came out, but obviously the server is still up. So we are still in the midst of unexpected resistance from the Star Wars Battlefront 2. So last month, there was an article written here on PCGamer.com about the surprising upsurge of Battlefront 2 players count on Steam, which was really only surprising for as long as it took to remember how good Battlefront 2 was. And if y'all remember, when Battlefront 1 came out, it was multiplayer, but no campaign. And then I don't know if it was Lucasfilms or Disney wasn't part of them at that time. So it had to be Lucas and his team, got the feedback from us, and then did part 2. And then part 2 also had the multiplayer, but then it had a fantastic campaign to it. So that was one big upgrade they did. And then so in the last few weeks, those players counts started to tumble back downward. So it went up and now it went down. So in the article, it reads, until this last weekend, when EA kicked up the 90% sale of off 90% off sale. So Battlefront 2 player activity on Steam rocketed up. And by Sunday, it reached a new all-time peak of 35,892 players, according to Steam DB charts. That's more than triple the previous Steam peak of 10,489 and over 22% in 2,200%. 2,200%. That is a lot. Usually 100%. I thought was the percentage, is it? But 2,200% increase in the last year, and from last year's Sunday, June 23rd, player count from 1,540. So 10,489 to 1,540. All right, that is a big jump. So after spending most of the last year hovering around 2,000 concurrent players, Battlefront 2 sudden surge in attention is remarkably, particularly when you're considered to be rendered unplayable for an early chunk of 2025, thanks to the widespread hacker shenanigans in Battlefront 2. So we had hackers going in there and messing with the game, load in and drop in and stuff like that. So it's probably no coincidence that its players count started rising right as Andor Season 2 started airing, which drove Andor actor Mahanten Ben Amor to share his own 469-hour playtime with the game. Wow. So a cast member of Andor, it doesn't get any better than that. Better, more advertisement for the game. out there. And I still have my Battlefront 2, so I think I'm gonna jump on. I didn't realize this. So in the article, it continues to say the attention accumulated in Battlefront 2's previous peak player record set in May with the help of a Resurgence Day community event. So good job to the people holding up the server, creating new DLC, because then new DLC means more things to accomplish. So organized by the creators of Cyber and extensive Battlefront 2 conversion mod there. So that's what they do. So most likely Battlefront 2 has been enjoying very vocal support from one noteworthy champion. And this is where Kyrie comes in, y'all. All right. So Kyrie Irving of the Dallas Mavericks, 9-time All-Star, 2016 NBA champion, has had an impressive career in the NBA. Of course, as we know, he is also has revealed in his Twitch stream this past Saturday, Battlefront 2 Die Hard, where he has equally impressed career as an level 101 of principal Empire Palpatine. So I think I got a video of it right here. Let me see. Let me go back. Let me go here. Is it back here? It's a video here. We could play this. I think we could play this here.
I'm telling you, I love this game because I want to have a big LAN competition with this, man. I want to play the best Battlefront 2 players in the world. I want them to make a Battlefront 3 already, bro. I'm ready for this shit to come out. I'm ready for GTA 6 to come out. I'm ready to game. They keep playing with my emotions. You keep playing with my, so I'm gonna keep playing this game.
All right, we said, hey, don't play with his emotions. Hey, don't play with my emotions, because I love games like a good RPG that has like, I didn't realize you could build out the characters like this. So he has a one-on-one level. That means you could do that with certain characters, from Han Solo to Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Call him up. I don't know. I got to find his phone number. That'll be awesome if I could call Kyrie Irving up. I probably know somebody who knows somebody. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm with Kyrie. Like when I was playing during my career, it was games like GTA that I would fall into. God of War, Hitman, Red Dead Redemption, all those games. I know the last two, I think Red Dead was right after my football career, but during my career, God of War, Hitman, Assassin's Creed, and GTA. Those, for some reason, RPGs was the games I gravitated to, because I just wanted to get away sometime, like in my head, like think like we having a tough season, you got stuff going on in your life. I think as people, we need a getaway sometimes. And my getaway was playing RPGs and playing the fun ones like Assassin's Creed, like a Hitman, GTA. GTA game obviously doesn't get any better if you're talking about doing a getaway, like in your head, like, all right, I'm going to be a criminal for about 3.5 hours. This is the game I'm going to do it with. So thank you, Rockstar, for all that. And hopefully when the game comes out, I'm going to be even more happier for what you've done to the game. But back to Kyrie. So I agree with my man. We definitely are on the same page as, bringing out another Battlefront, because Battlefront 2, when they got the feedback from everybody about not having a campaign with Battlefront 1, then 2 came out hot and heavy with a campaign, and the online multiplayer was even better, just as good from the first time. So good job to the developers there. So at that point in the article, you can read this. I feel that it's important for you to understand as a reader, Battlefront 2 playing as Palpatine means watching the Galactic Empire scamper around maps at high speed, and his little goblin hands poised in front of him gleefully, anticipation of getting a zap some guys. And an image of Kyrie Irving has personally spent dozens and dozens of hours watching. So I just was wondering about that. So there you go. Kyrie Irving, big Battlefront 2 gamer, NBA All-Star, NBA champion. So it's all there. I told you, man, we out here. These gamers, I said us former athletes that is gamers, we're out here. So you can finish that. We're going to read the rest of our article. Get more clips. There's more videos in that link at pcgamer.com. Head over for that. All right. And we're going to head on down to the next segment here. We got a shot from a hello from our sponsors with Stay Plugged In. So see y'all in a few. Looking to turn your passion for gaming into a college opportunity? Stay Plugged In is the premier platform connecting esports players with college programs nationwide. Whether you're grinding on Valorant, Rocket League, or Overwatch, Stay Plugged In gives you the tools to showcase your skills and earn esports scholarships. Don't just play, get recruited. Visit staypluggedin.com and start your journey to the next level today. All right, shout out to Abe Gottsman and Rick Suarez with Stay Plugged In and their team, the social media team, the production team has been doing a few streams with me over the summer, and they're a great bunch of guys and gals, and they're doing their job fantastically. So thank you to that. And now we're on to this week in I say video esports. Is it esports history? I hit that first. Yes, this week in esports history. So we got my man Scump up there. So Scump is out now. Today they launched his new controller, as he is a Call of Duty world champion. As we know, he teamed up with SCUF Gaming to release a new line of gaming controllers, featured his logo and exclusive design. If you could see the design there, it looks pretty dope there, like a little splash art with some, I think, Call of Duty symbol there and some other symbols there. If you could head over to scuf.com, I went to their website. They got a nice little spread of him advertising there. So you see some of the hit photos here. What I got up, it's a look like PlayStation controller. And I remember learning earlier this year that PlayStation controllers, you can what's the word? On a PC, you can ramp it up or something. I forgot the word. I kind of think of the word right now. To make it play better when you're playing Call of Duty online, especially off a PC. You could it's gonna pop in my head. I can't think of it now, but you can basically it makes it go faster. It makes using the PlayStation controller better than PC or than mouse and keyboard. So congratulations, it's my man Scump. Haven't met him yet, but I hope I do one day. It'd be awesome to talk to him in an interview. But he has now have his own controller out, which is totally dope. Now you got, like, this has already been a thing, right? You got athletes like esports athletes like if you remember Fatality back in the day with Monster came out with some headphones. So now you got more esports athletes coming out with things just like football players and basketball players with their tennis shoes coming out, which is, I think, is this the trend. You know, it's the next best thing for esports athletes here. So all right, headed to then the next share here is let me go back here and share this one. And here, back in 1997, as it says there, the Cyberathlete Professional League was jumped off. One of the first professional esports organizations was launched by Angel. It's Angel, but it's Angel Munez. I know I'm probably crushing that. Sorry, I mean destroying it. So the CPL established the standard for professional esports. So we talk about that. And this is some of the, and that's Angel right there, the creator of that. Actually, my good friend Tony Ortiz just gave me, he's like, hey man, you heard of this dude? And he's like, this guy created, an esports league a long time ago. And he follows him and he does this here. He's still doing things in the industry. So, shout out to Angel Munez for creating this back in 2005. Wow, that is awesome. And so when I mentioned Fatality, I mentioned it for a reason, because this is him right here. I was like, oh, I met this dude at my first E3 back in 2009. But this is him winning part of the prize pools at the Painkiller. He was one of the top place finishers at the 2005 CPL World Tour over in the UK. And so from left to right is ZZ, Zol, Zero, VO, or Vo, and then Fatality with a 1 in the I. So that's where this all begun. This was already rolling. Esports was already rolling then. Overclock. Thank you, Bear Fan. Appreciate you. That's what it was. I was trying to find the word. I like to optimize. You can optimize your PC controller. Yes, Bear Fan. Overclocking your PlayStation 2, 3, 4, 5 controller. You can play a PlayStation 5 controller. You can now overclock. That's what a lot of Call of Duty League pros do, like Scump. And so no surprise he has a PS5 controller with SCUF Gaming. So, but a shout out to my man Fatality. I met him. He was a great guy. Actually hooked me up with some Monster headsets. He was I think promoting that at the E3 at that time, because he had just signed a big deal with them. So man, it's been growing to see that. It's big fun as well. So before we head over, we got this or that this week, but we got another talk from one of our sponsors of the show here. Shout out to Lucid Sound. My man Timmy Two Eyes, how you doing? Level up your game with Lucid Sound, the next evolution in gaming audio. Whether you're Team Xbox or PlayStation, Lucid Sound has you covered with premium wireless headsets for Xbox Series X, S, Xbox One, PlayStation 5, and PS4. Hear every step, every shot, and every detail loud and clear. Comfort meets clarity. Game with Lucid Sound. Bam, and I'm rolling with the Lucid Sound 150 headsets right now. Been rolling with them for a while now. So I had Snoop Dogg. He signed with them a few years ago too. So I had a pair of his. Those are the white ones. If you remember, I used to wear those every episode. But here we are. Oh, I almost forgot I got all this new stuff. So let me run quick hidden news bites since we did that one already. We gotta run this. Oh, let me turn that up. All right, that was quick hidden news bites. All right, now we got this or that coming at you.
This or that.
All right, with this or that, okay. Forget the audios, man. Akido, you gotta remind me. He still blows my mind that they got Ahman Green to do those ads. I appreciate you, Akido. Hey, you gotta remind me of stuff. So we're at the this or that segment. So we talking AAA games. AAA RPG title edition. So which RPG paths are you choosing for your next legendary adventure? So I know for the first one here, I've already played one of them, or actually two of them. The one I have but haven't played. So it's just unfortunate. I think we all have that problem. So we got Last of Us 1 and 2 or Death Stranding 1 or 2. Since Death Stranding is coming out this week, that's why I threw them in there. You gotta associate things with that. Oh, I've been hearing Claire Obscure is just that game, right? I don't even have it on the list. I apologize, but I heard that is the next RPG that you got to play. I was just out of town in Vegas, and they were telling me about that. The production crew. Somebody from the crew was telling me about Obscure 33 that you got to play at AG. I'm like, okay, so I think I would do that. So sorry, it's not in this or that. How I missed that, but for me, it's Last of Us because I played it and I played through both of them. And fantastic, but Death Stranding looks really darn good. How about you, chat? You could participate in that. Anybody from all the platforms that we're streaming on, throw your picks in the chat. So we have Ekedo. Oh, Last of Us. I choose Last of Us 1, and I beat 1 and 2. And I'm looking at the previews. I see the reviews. I see the trailer for Death Stranding 2. Obviously, that looks spectacular too, but it's hard. I haven't played it. I do have it. I need to upload it one day on my PS. I have it on PS4, so I think it's going to be compatible to my PS5. I know somebody in the chat can let me know that. So for me, like I said, Last of Us 1 and 2, I'll do that. I'll play that one. That'll be an RPG I'll play over and over again. I like it. The different choices you got to do sometimes. I would always go, choose one time running through, I'll choose A. Then the second time go through, I choose B. All right. That's the first choice here in this or that. Second one is The Witcher, Wild Hunt, or Skyrim. I've only played it. I never played Wild. I've played Witcher, but not the Wild Hunt. Witcher 3. I think I'm on Witcher 1 or 2. So, but still, I like The Witcher. I haven't played a lot of, I know I have friends that play a ton of Skyrim. And family too, but I feel that for me, I'm gonna have to go Witcher. I like that. I mean, maybe because Henry Cavill, he did the role really good, and I like him as an actor. So there you go, Henry Cavill. Sorry, said that wrong. So he said to the chat, Akido says Death Stranding looks like too much walking. Respect to Hideo Kojima. He's one of the developers. But nah, not for me. I'm a fan of Uncharted, so I need at least try Last of Us. Yeah, gotcha. Okay, and then also he says Witcher. He said he chooses The Witcher. I just got done doing a lot of glitches on Skyrim for the millionth time. So it's a lot of glitching in Skyrim, huh? Didn't know that. Well, I haven't played it, so I wouldn't have known. So obviously that sounds like something like this next game, or eventually the next game that's coming up is it the next choice? Nope, not yet. A couple picks from now would be a game that had a lot of glitches with me, but this is not the two right now. So we have Elden Ring and Dark Souls. We got Elden Ring and Dark Souls. For me, I played Dark Souls 1 and 2. I didn't get into 3, but if anybody knows Dark Souls like we do here on the Gamers Lounge, we know Dark Souls is hard. To beat some of the villains and the bosses at the end of those maps, oh my God. So we have the average historian in the chat says, Legend, what's up, man? And then Akito says Elden Ring. I own Elden Ring, but have never played it. What? You haven't played it yet? Well, I haven't played it. I don't own it either. So there you go. You can cheat to get an infinite gold amongst other things. What in Skyrim? Is that one of the millionth things that you were dealing with in terms of glitching? Is that what it is, Akito? That you could put in little popular codes to get you infinite health, infinite invulnerability to death and money or gold or whatever you mean. Yeah, I'm bad at Skyrim. Don't be like me. Hey, I'm bad. It's missed so many games I'm not good at. Like, let's just start with Fortnite builds. Yes, Fortnite builds. I got work to do, y'all. We got in the chat's gonna have to help me get better at Fortnite builds. All right, now we're talking about games with glitches that had a problem in the beginning, but now is better. It's Cyberpunk 2077 and or Starfield is be the game you choose to go on a legendary adventure. Well, I have both of these games. I play both, but I'm gonna just go in chronological order that I played both games in. So I had Cyberpunk 2077 first. It glitched out, but it's fixed now. So I'll finish that before I finish Starfield. I'm gonna try to go in that order. I started Starfield, was it last year when it came out? And I'm only like 10% into the game, 15%. But a fun game, you go in between planets, I love that. You got to fight other starships that are either pirates or some type of hijacker or somebody just want your ship. You got to shoot them off the sky. So I love that. Akido in the chat says, I need to learn more lean and learn builds myself. Andrew and I can always play 0 builds, Cyberpunk. Sorry, Starfield for Akido. And my boy Keanu Reeves wins every time. Oh, I'm sorry. He said Cyberpunk. Sorry, Starfield. So I'm also Cyberpunk as well. So boom. All right, next one on the list. Game I have, but I haven't. Well, one game I have. The other one I have and played. So boom. Next one's here is Horizon Forbidden West or Ghost of Tsushima. So I own Ghost of Tsushima. I played it a smidge, and I have Horizon Forbidden, I believe, Dawn. And I have that, and I have not opened it yet. It's still back here on the thing. So in the case back behind me. So, but for reasons of purchasing it, look great. I can't wait to play Horizon Dawn. Ghost of Tsushima again, fantastic artwork, fantastic gameplay, fantastic storyline. So I just got to finish it. That's all. But I got to go in order. I'm gonna do like my mom said: is you can't finish. We won't buy you one game. Oh, I'm gonna try to do that. I can't do that to myself though. Where I can't. I gotta buy. You gotta finish the game before I buy the next game. I can't do that. I'm a grown person now. I could buy my own game. He says this is a hard one. I have both as well. I have not played First Horizon, but I have to choose. If I have to choose Ghost of Tsushima, as Akido says there, still haven't played neither. As well, for me, I'm gonna go Ghost just because I played it. I don't want to not give Forbidden a bad grade or whatever because I know it looks fantastic. That's why I bought it. I usually when I buy RPGs is because I've seen them a lot advertised, good feedback, online feedback, and so that's why I bought it. So eventually I'll be able to play it, and you can watch me on the Ahman Green TV, play the game out. All right, next choice, and last two coming up. Fun games here, and one I definitely haven't finished: Baldur's Gate 3 or Divinity Original Sin Part 2. Be honest, I have not heard of Divinity Original Sin Part 2, but I have heard of Baldur's Gate 3. And I'm only probably a quarter away through that. I got work to do in that, but fun game. I like the D&D feel, and that's why I played it because I was like, I know D&D. I need to play it more. And so I that's where I got it started. So me and Akido, it was me and Rico actually, Akido, we started. So maybe you and I could finish this thing off together. We could jump on when we pick a long weekend of what grown people do to play video games. We just stake out in our gaming room and lock the door and play some Baldur's Gate. Oh yeah, I know you're Baldur's Gate guy. I think you're deep into it too. So last one coming up. So I'm gonna go Baldur's Gate for the Divinity Original Sin. Honestly, I haven't I'm sorry, but I haven't heard of it. I'm to the people out there that played it, I'm sorry. I haven't heard of it to play it. So I need to get schooled in that. So help me out. But Baldur's Gate 3 definitely played it and has a built out character and everything. So last one of the day of this or that AAA game title edition. You got God of War Ragnarok or Legend of Zelda's Tears of a Kingdom. Man, this is not fair. You got two great games kind of going at each other. I'm like, no, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. It's like picking best friends right now, and it's not fair. It's just not fair. Because I got Legend of Zelda, Link, childhood favorite of RPG characters, right? And then you got God of War, you got Kratos, you got his son. You got fantastic graphics on both, on Switch, and then obviously PlayStation exclusive, Nintendo, exclusive with Legend of Zelda. This is a tough one. I would say one I played more than the other right now, only because I don't think I have Tears of a... Do I have Tears of a Kingdom? Because I know it's a newer one out too. I can't think of that one, but I think I'm gonna just go with Ragnarok. No. I gotta go old school. I gotta go with my first RPG, one of my first. I'll say because I played Super Mario Brothers 2 as well. Or I played Super Mario Brothers as well. So I'm gonna go Legend of Zelda. Nothing against Kratos. Hopefully he doesn't try to hit me with the Blades of Fury or whatever the blades they have. Don't destroy me, Kratos. But I'm gonna go Link over here. So Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Can't get that out of my head. The old school Legend of Zelda, top down looking. Tears of the Kingdom has the building mechanics. Yes, I could get parenting tips from Kratos. Facts. Yes, Akido, you could do that. Get those tips. All right. And then on that note, we'll head over to a shot from our sponsors at Devour Go. It's some fun things, man. Head to that website, y'all. It's some good stuff going on there. We all could do together. You can accumulate points and even buy food. All right, listen to the advertisement here. While you game, Devour Go delivers more than just food. It is the next-gen commerce platform bringing seamless ordering into the heart of gaming and entertainment. Skip the app hopping from your computer to the kitchen. Devour Go makes it easy to fuel up without missing a moment. Game on, eat up, Devour Go. So that means, this is where we at. Where we at? We're at video game. Oh, boom, we're here. I'm sorry, we're here. Boom. Here, another boom. Let me get the sound up for that. Oh, no sound. All right, here. So with Devour Go, man, that means you could play a game while you're playing. You could take you could pause, order something, McDonald's, Raising Cane's, Jack in the Box, whatever you like, burger place in your town near you, and get it sent to you while you still gaming. You may not have to even get up from your chair if you have somebody to help you, but if not, go get your food and come back and eat. All right, so this week in video game history, we're looking at from June 23rd to the 27th. So on the 23rd, 1991, just say a long time ago, Sega released Sonic the Hedgehog here in North America for the Sega Genesis, marking the beginning of the iconic video game franchise and character. The game, developed by Sonic Team, introduced the world to the speedy blue hedgehog, all right, and became a defining title for Sega Genesis. The battles, you remember Sega Nintendo and Super Mario versus Altered Beast and Sonic the Hedgehog, all right here. So you have, It was the platform with Sega Genesis, Mega Drive, developer Sega's the Sonic team, publisher Sega, introducing, like I said, Sonic the Hedgehog, flagship title of Sega Genesis, and it helps Sega compete with Nintendo in the console wars that was going on between Nintendo and Sega Genesis, and eventually became Sega's. Did y'all know this? That Sonic is Sega's mascot. So who's the mascot for Nintendo is my question. Is it Mario or Super Mario Brothers? Chat, what y'all think? Or what y'all know? Just tell me the chat. Akido, OG John, the Bear fan, not the real loner. What you think? Who is Nintendo? It's got to be Super Mario. It's got to be Mario, right? It's got to be Mario. He's got to be the guy. So gameplay control. So players control Sonic, who can run at supersonic speeds and sets out to beat Dr. Robotnik. There you go. First level right there. Let me get that off the screen. Yep, the first stage right there. So the game has a critical and commercial success, selling over 4 million copies when it came out this week in June of 1991. Y'all, that's pretty cool, you know. So this is all the gameplay. I remember the glorifying ring sound when you grab your ring. I love it. But don't get hit by one of those spikes, then you lose them all. But that's the first board. This is the first map, I believe, on Sonic. And if you have an old school Sega Genesis, which I do, I'm gonna plug it in. I got this and Alter Beast, and he just completed level 1 on the Sonic the Hedgehog right there. Oh, great game. I see, that's a clap. Hey, Sonic the Hedgehog, y'all. Check that out. Give these kids something to go experience, right? Yeah, Green Hill Zone all day. I wish I could have been alive at that time. Hey, yeah, Akido, we had the 80s kids, I say 80s kids and 90s teenagers. We had some of the best things going on around us, from gaming to music to entertainment to sports. You had the Dallas Cowboys, you had the Chicago Bulls, you had the LA Lakers, you had the Sega Genesis, then the PlayStation 1, then the Nintendo. We had all that. What y'all got? No, I'm just kidding. Y'all got a lot. Y'all got PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and PCs now that are sitting on 40 series or 50 series GPUs. So trust me, y'all won that. Y'all got the tech wars down. There's no console war here because it's PC console all up in this place. So that is this week of video game history. So let's head on to what we got. Game releases. Here we go. Y'all gonna like this one.
Release the games. It's time for the game releases. Game releases. Release the games.
Let me stop that. All right, here we go. We got it. Let's get the sound up.
Storms are growing more intense as well.
We got Death. Oh, let me turn that down a little bit.
The rivers can flood in an instant.
So we got, as Death Stranding 2 is buffering, Death Stranding 2 on the beach. But I tell you, it is not a day at the beach with this game. So it's Death Stranding 2 on the beach, explores new worlds, connects the network, and a fight to survive in this game. Death Stranding 2 on the beach. So it's coming out tomorrow. You could I'm pretty sure it's been on pre-order. You get collector's edition, a lot of fun little trinkets and toys and booklets and artwork from the developers. Digital deluxe edition as well for early access yesterday, June 24th. So Death Stranding 2 on the beach is an open world action game played from a third person perspective, where the player must deliver cargo, overcome enemies, both human and otherworldly, explore a post-apocalyptic world by foot and vehicle, and piece together a complex and compelling sci-fi story. So we got my man Daryl from Fear the Walking Dead. He's been on this game, and I think he's already obviously started a new career path of going into voiceover acting and image and likeness acting as well, where he doesn't have to get all sweaty. He doesn't have to get all beat up as he probably did on the set of Fear the Walking Dead. But now he's on this game, has been on this is the second iteration of Death Stranding, so part 2 on the beach. I haven't played it yet, but it looks like a game. It's a game I definitely would get into because of you got the stealth, you got to be stealth, you got sci-fi. I'm a sci-fi guy, and you're just doing something that looks a little different than the average day on the game, right? Of RPG. I think this is planet Earth, and he is fighting to keep planet Earth functioning by making sure he can connect people. And wow, you got monsters. Where all these monsters come from? That's what I want to know. I don't think planet Earth had all of those monsters, but hey, it's a video game. You can write in what you want. Appreciate them. Should we stay connected? Yes, we need to stay connected on every continent. Yes, we were connected at one time, and erosion broke us apart. But now we got to get connected, Mr. Daryl. Thank you for getting us back there. So that is Death Stranding 2. Looks fun, innovative graphics.
Sam,
today,
I'm asking you to
I can't sometimes tell. I mean, obviously, I could tell.
That's our
Obviously,
best hope of
sometimes
saving the
from
world.
from live action to digital, but sometimes the digital looks so good, So good job to the developers here, Sony, PlayStation, bringing this game to back. I say bringing it back, but also in adding to the dialogue and the storyline of this game. It's a great game. I think it's definitely won its awards over the time it's been out. So check it out. Games of the week. Death Stranding 2 on the beach, but it's not really a good day at the beach, just so you know. Too much walking. Hey, some games are like that. Hey, before you get the in Red Dead Redemption, before you knew you could ride the horse, that's all you were doing was walking on that game. Hack it up. What else? What's another walking game? Baldur's Gate. We were walking on that game forever. So what are you talking about? That's another game where you're just walking around forever, it seems like. So all right.
This is the cargo you
that is we're out from that. For that's game release of the week. Death Stranding on the beach. Let's get it. All right. We're back here. All righty. So we got another fun one together. Now we're back. We didn't have it last week, but we have it this week. What's on stream? We are back on line with it here. Actually, let me go. Boom. All right. Let me get into that.
Row, row, row your boat gently up the... sorry. Excuse me. It's time for What's on Stream.
All right. What's on stream? Let me get there. Let me share this tab here. Boom. 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 Add it up. All right. We got Andor Season 2. Episode 3 up. Episode 3 is called The Harvest. The timing is running out for everyone. That's what it says in the description of the episode. And so we got a lot of things going on here. So that's Bix. She's been pretty much like recouping from her past. The year before was hellacious for her. So Mina Rue, from domestic routines to brutal violence in the first part of the episode, where it opens on the farming world of Mina Rue, depicting a seemingly peaceful community meal among Cassian's allies, including Bix, which is right there. That's Bix, Brasso, Willman, and B2EMO, the robot that they work with. So as you open into the scene, I tried to find the best video, but I couldn't. So as you open in the scene, the chatters of Imperials in the background trying to arrive up on them for an audit targeting undocumented workers. Brescio deflects the force's attention from, but the real horror unfolds when the same Imperial lieutenant who menaced Bix now returns and attempts to sexually assault her. So you got all that going on in the first opening of this episode. So Bix fights back. She does fight back, killing him with the wrench. So brains all everywhere, So a wrench just as Willem returns. This marks the harsh first mention of rape in Star Wars as a watershed moment for the series tone in terms of how serious this is. This is not Anakin when he was a little boy on Tatooine. All right, this is some bit heavy hitting stuff here. Oh, let me go back here. Where was I at? All right, and so. Oh, no, I want that on there. I don't want that one. All right. And then on into the episode in the rescue's attempts, Cassian arrives in the stolen TIE fighter, as we saw from episode 2, if you remember that, guns blazing. But Brasio, cornered and trying to save others, is tragically killed by a trooper's shot. So that's the one guy that is living with Bix there. So Cassian and the survivors escape, carrying Bix, Willem, and leaving B2 EMO in Tala's care at their hideout spot. They're on what planet they are on Andor. No, not Andor. Andor is the guy. I was trying to think the planet. Is it Tatooine? I think it's Tatooine. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know I'm wrong, chat. Please correct me. So then we jumped into if you saw the scene earlier where you saw Chandrila Mon Mothma's wedding and emotion that eventually broke her down. So if you saw across the galaxy, Chandrila, Mon Mothma host her daughter's Lydia's elaborate wedding, and at wedding, a transaction meant to fund the rebellion. So tensions flare up as Lydia rebels and Mon faces her own mother's echoing influences there, ultimately turning to alcohol to cope with the issue of trying to be, out in front, because being an imperial administrator, you got to act like everything's all fine and dandy when the things are not. So, because she's trying to, fund the rebellion and obviously trying to keep it a secret. So that is obviously stressful. So having a little alcohol might have to takes the tension off, but hey, I won't resort to that. Just work out more. Just get in the weight room, do that. So the motif of the ritual collapse recurs: the wedding ceremony, dinner with Eddie Kron, and the lull before the storm on a Min rule signal the fragility of the personal and societal structures that are built in, because being that you're a political person dealing with the empire, dealing with the people that work around you, you got to make sure you say the right things, or the wrong thing, or you say the wrong thing, then you're gonna be looked at as a traitor, as a rebel. So all this posturing, that's why I couldn't be a politician, not even in a galaxy far, far away. Couldn't do it. Even then, it's stressful. So Mon's breakdown culminates in a visceral, free-form dance at the reception. When you saw her, it was at the beginning of this video here. Actually, let me go back to that so you can see it. I think it was right at the beginning. Right there. Boom. Right there. That's her. I'm releasing myself. There's a free dance reception, a moment of abandon and despair that reflects her mounting helplessness of being stressed out, working at her position in the Rebels organization. So, and then flash to Coruscant. You had Deidre, Muir, and Cyril Karn at dinner. And this is, I would say it's comical at the best between, so on Coruscant, the Kolian fish and Deidre prepares to host Brasso's ongoing dinner with her lover Cyril's domineering mother, Eddie Curran. And now with this scene, is this like, you ever have that uncomfortableness where you like introduce your girlfriend or your wife for the first time to your family? This is the dinner. So what's the name? Cyril Kern's mom comes in hot the whole time. So as expected, Eddie, she belittles her son, and Deidre calmly takes control by asserting dominance over the family dynamic, and impressively was able to kind of basically like weather Edie's attacks. All the little one-liners are shied under the belt marks that she was giving to her son. She was able to help her boyfriend out, So here we go. So in this episode, cross themes and tonal shifts. So Vulture noted the episode focuses on ritual, followed by the steady breakdown of some weddings, dinners, and communal meals, and all collapse under emotional and physical violence. So just pay attention to that. Also, there's highlighted discussions on how the stark shift between domestic luxury and survival horror shaped viewer, some of our, responses to the series, because they're hitting some, even though this is a galaxy far, far away, it's hitting some interesting topics still, even though this is fantasy. But in real life, it's all coming in the full circle. Wow, that looked like a hellish surgery right there. So that's my recap here of episode 3. I know I probably said a whole lot that you may not understand, but let's hear it in the chat. If you got a question, hit me in the chat. If not, watch the episode yourself. All right. But that's episode 3. I'm going to wrap this thing up real soon. I think it's 8 episodes. So I think I'm halfway through it. So I got episode 4 coming up. All right. And to wrap up the show, we're almost done here. Let's get to our gamer tip of the week. And I'll take that off here. And our gamer tip of the week. Oh, let's take that off. Let's go here. Pre-aim or pre-fire and pre-aim. And Akido, Bear fan. Y'all know about this, right? Bang, that pre-fire. So tip is, if you suspect the enemy is hiding around the corner, pre-aim and even pre-fire to catch them off guard, because some of them bullets going to go through the wood. Some of the games like Call of Duty, bullets will go through the wood or through the wall or what have you, unless it's like a tank or something. That's not going to happen. Wow, I came back for 2 seconds and I hear my name. What's up, Bang? So, yes. So, gamer tip of the week. Get that pre-aim going. If you see somebody, obviously, if you see them peeking, just leave it there. Maybe they took off and run, but maybe not. And if not, you got the kill, or you got the early start on getting your shot off. You want to be the first to shoot. Trust me. When I was playing Tyrone on Monday in QCQ or CQC on the HyperX channel we did Control. Some of the pre-fire I got beat. So get on that. And so how you practice that? Right here at the bottom. Tell you how to do it too. So use predictable enemy spots where they're going to peak. Memorize them. Where they already come from. One lane, left lane, mid lane, right lane, top lane, mid lane, bottom lane. Remember those. Or casual matches to perfect. It says use predictable enemy spots in training or casual matches to perfect this technique. So practice the movements. Practice, memorize where opposing players usually will camp at when you're sitting on the map. Especially playing S&D, it's mostly sit and wait and look for the person moving around, because you don't want to be the person moving around and get shot on on S&D, on search and destroy. So when you're not running around, park it, and then that's where you're able to get the kills, and also pre-aim some of them, pre-shot. So yeah, spamming grenades from Akido. Akido's gamer tip: camp harder, spam harder. Yeah, camp. I said it. I'm a camper too, especially S&D, because you can't come back if you get hit. Map knowledge for pre-aims. Yes, you definitely, because once you memorize those different areas in the map, then you know particularly where players might go, even if it's a team or group of players you haven't played against. Then that right there will give you a step ahead. So that's why it's a gamer's tip of the week, bro. All right, so man, we went through that. Great time with y'all. If y'all have any questions about some of the stuff I talked about, hit me up on the Instagram or in my comments on TikTok or my comments on X or Twitch here or YouTube there, or even on LinkedIn. If you got something you want to talk to me about, hit me on. That's where I'm at on social media. And like I mentioned at the start of the show, we're done with everything. Follow HyperX Arena, please, on YouTube and Instagram. And I believe they're also on TikTok and maybe Facebook, but definitely TikTok or definitely YouTube and Instagram. And then on here too, on Twitch. So Ahman Green TV, head over to the HyperX Arena. Click sub and click follow. Please do that to the crew out there. Shout out to the crew, everybody out there. Where's it? Ryan, Austie, Mark, Dodie, Gabe, Travis, Kyle, Kyle. If y'all saw my post with the Jubilee, the Jolly Bee chicken, oh my goodness. Ah! I don't know. Did we post that? I don't know. Kyle, did he post that yet? I don't know. I gotta check. But that have y'all heard of Jolly Bee chicken in the chat? Anybody in the chat? No? Or anybody that has not spoken that's lurking on YouTube or LinkedIn or Twitch or X or Instagram? Because Jollibee Chicken, I got introduced to that this weekend. Oh my God. Delicioso. If I message on IG, you actually can see it. Maybe on here, maybe not. I don't know. Try it. Bane. I saw a review on it on YouTube. Okay. If you saw, oh my God, you talking about some good fried chicken. And it is not American. It's Filipino, from what I've been told. And they have spicy, like they have a spicy chicken, and then they have regular and the spicy chicken, and then they have a mango peach apple or mango peach pie, and then they have French fries, and they have spaghetti, which we missed out, but next time we'll be on that. And then they got something else. The biscuit. No, not the biscuits. The gravy. That's it. You dip the chicken in the gravy. And then I made if you watch the video on YouTube, go over to YouTube, HyperX. It might be HyperX or it might be mine. No, it's HyperX. And I put the mashed potatoes with the chicken and rice and wrapped it into the chicken skin that was on the breast. Oh, you talking about something crunchy and delicious? Oh my goodness. It was if I was a big man, it was a big man's dream. It was awesome. But please follow and subscribe at all the things below here that's running on the bottom of the screen, at Instagram, at X, right there, Ahman 330, Twitch, Ahman Green TV, and Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge, and TikTok, and X, and then Twitch, and then also Kick. I'm on Kick too. I'm over there on Kick. So it's not for the show. I mean, like you check the message. Oh, yeah, I check messages. Bang. Man, shots fired at Gilbert. Hey, that's no shot. I'm agreeing with him. His awesomeness. And then Echo says, we know who he was talking. Well, he's not here to know. And he don't come on Twitch. He don't play no more video games. So I'm not worried about him. And if he was here, what we gonna do? Nothing. He's gonna be like, whoa, you big dummy. That's all he say. I love him to death. That's why I talk about him. That's my boy, 20 grand. My man. So, like I said, thank you for jumping in today. Had a fantastic show talking to y'all about the stuff I love to talk about. And so, thank you for coming in to my Gamers Lounge. I say I will never talk about myself in third person. So we're gaming, sports, collide. I would say gaming, sports, comic books, sometimes anime, and now, Andor season 2. All that comes together. We hope you enjoyed the show and got your dose of gaming goodness and insightful conversation. Definitely insightful conversations on this show, just like every show. Be sure to follow us on the socials. We did that already, so please don't do it again. Don't forget. Follow, sub, retweet on this podcast, and then join all of us. Jump in my Discord too. Discord. Boom. Discord, jump on it if you haven't done it. If you're on YouTube, if you're on LinkedIn, X, Twitch, Instagram, if you have not jumped in my Discord, please do, so you know what's going down with me. So until next time, keep gaming, keep your gaming strong, and stay passionate, because I will keep you playing video games. I'm Ahman Green. I'm signing off, and game on. See y'all next week. Let's get the music going. I'll keep that going. I'm going to turn the music on now. Where's the music? Here's the music. Let's get the Night at the Roxbury. All right, I'm out of here.